Hello and welcome back to another episode of Car Reviews right here at Auto Reviews 24. I'm your host Ankit Harsora and I'm going to talk you through this particular car from Mazda. Mazda has been really doing well in the last few years. I would say precisely when they came up with the new CX-90, the new CX-50, and now they played a master stroke by bringing this new product in their portfolio. Apparently, it is exactly the same as the CX-90, minus the third row, bit of changes in the exterior, and there you go, they have come up with a new product and it's called the CX-70. So let's get into more detail about this CX-70 and understand how this car stakes against the competition both in mainstream and luxury brand, because I believe this car is right between mainstream and luxury in a segment called premium segment, I would say, and likes of BMW X5. I'm here to help you answer one question: whether you should go ahead and shortlist, consider or buy this CX-70 in plug-in hybrid version. Before we get into more details, please like and subscribe to support my channel so that I can bring more such reviews for you. And also a big shout out to Dennis Kwan from Kramer's Mazda, who has lended this car to us today so that we can bring such car reviews to you. Alright, so before we get into more details about the exterior design, let's talk about the key of Mazda. Again, a very simple key, I would say bigger than the older keys. All the buttons are on the sides, typical lock, unlock, trunk opening and hold. Let's open the hood and see what's powering this plug-in hybrid and talk about the engines and its specifications. So as you see right here, it is the classic Sky Active plug-in hybrid from Mazda. This particular one here is a plug-in hybrid and hence it comes with 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine mated with a 68 kilowatt motor which is sandwiched between the engine and the transmission, a transmission which is 8-speed automatic. The hood is also hydraulic, which is nice. Obviously, you can expect this at a price point of 60,000 Canadian dollars roughly. Now, this particular car comes with 323 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. If you buy the same car with a Turbo S inline 6-cylinder straight engine, that one produces slightly more horsepower, which is 340 horsepower. However, it also gives you a capacity of towing to 5,000 lbs compared to this car, which is 3,500 lbs. Still, it's a good, healthy towing numbers, I would say. This car comes with 17.2 kilowatt hour of lithium-ion battery, easily run all electric for roughly 50 kilometers. The overall mileage of this car is around 24 kilometers per liter if you are driving this car in the combination of engine and battery together. Just if you're driving on a gas powered, it would give you roughly around 11 to 12 kilometers per liter, and the weight of 5,000 lbs, it's actually a good mileage numbers for sure. A new engine family for Mazda, and it is all mounted longitudinally, just like how the BMW cars have, which is something new direction which Mazda has taken. Again, this car is fueled with regular fuel, so which is again some cost saving right there. Anyways, let's close this hood and get into more exterior details. Alright, so let's talk about the exterior design of this new CX-70 plug-in hybrid. Right from the front, this car looks really sleek, modern for sure. I love the way this honeycomb grille is all blacked out. Again, this is a CX-70 touch. In the CX-90, this is chrome finished. The Mazda logo is big and very noticeable. The front camera is right here. So the lower bumper right here is also similar to the CX-90. Again, I love the way the two-tone combination gives this front look really elegant for sure. Let's get into the side of this car. Again, some fake and functional vent system over here, but it goes really well with the look. The best part of this car is the headlights. Both are LEDs, low beam and high beam. It is kind of, an interesting choice of daytime running lights, which kind of comes in C and also continues right here. Very well integrated in this black chrome finish C-shaped Mazda traditional grille. Coming back on the sides. Now, that's where, things change a little bit. Massive 21-inch alloy wheels, 275 by 45 profiles. Again, this is the top of the line GT model, so it gets this bigger wheels, looks really nice. This is where you will notice that the car is plug-in hybrid, as they have given this PHEV badging right here with that same black chrome kind of touch to it, really looks well. In fact, this particular color is called melting copper metallic. This is one of the unique colors Mazda offers on the CX-90 and CX-70 lineup. In fact, Mazda is giving you a good choice of different color combinations compared to the competitors in the market. Is the blacked out side mirrors with integrated turn signals and cameras right here for your 360-degree system. The door handles here are body colored, but if you choose the white color option, then this would be black color combination, which looks really sporty and interesting. The windows are quite big and decent size. Even it comes with a black roof rails, which looks really nice. Overall, the ground clearance of this car is roughly around 7.6 inches, slightly lesser than competitors, which is above 8 inches, but still goes really well with the side profile. The side profile is where you see that the car is very big in length. It is roughly around 201 inches long. I would say this is way too longer for the two-row options. Mind you, this is exactly the same car, CX-90, minus the third row. I wish they could have reduced the length of this car and given a more proper proportions. It will also translate into better fuel economy, and then the car becomes much more enticing and appealing for the consumers. Now over to the D pillar. This is where I would say the design is very subjective. I love the way this chrome finish or the blacked out finish of this window trims, but this D pillar is where the look slightly untraditional because this D pillar is way too wide and big. However, on the passenger side is where you will charge your car, because mind you, this is the plug-in hybrid. Again, a typical CCS charging port. Again, it doesn't come with an NSCS charging port because the standard charging is still not available. This plug-in hybrid comes with 7.2 kilowatt onboard charging for level 2, as well as the battery capacity is 17.8 kilowatt hours. So overall it translates to roughly 30 miles or 50 kilometers all EV range, which is really decent and nice. On the other side is where you fill the gas. Now let's talk about the rear of this car design. One of the other angles of this car where people like it and people don't like it because it's very subjective. I personally like the way this LED lights or the tail lights are designed. Very slim and elegant looking for sure. Everything is all LED, no incandescent lamps, which is really nice. Sky Active PHEV, that's where you know that this is a plug-in hybrid. On the other side, you have got CX-70 all-wheel drive. Again, this comes with all-wheel drive system, which is really nice. On the rear windows, the visibility is really nice. The wiper is tucked in as visible. I wish this spoiler could have been slightly more elongated. That way the side look also kind of gives you more sportier feeling to it. But the brake lights are right over here. Coming down on the rear bumpers, that's where you see no visible exhaust system at all, because this is plug-in hybrid. Again, this fake exhaust vent kind of styling here, but goes really well with this car. Let's talk about the rear trunk space by opening the trunk. Again, the trunk opens automatically and also closes that way, as you see. So let's talk about the trunk space as well as the overall features right here. Again, as I say, this comes with this plug-in hybrid charging cable system. So let's just keep this on the side. A huge trunk space. Why? Because there is no third row here. Total 40 cubic feet of trunk space here, and if you flat the second row, it translates into 75 cubic feet of space. But mind you, this is a very long car, and in that comparison, the overall space I would say is still easily 10 to 15 cubic feet less than the competitions at this size. Having said that, it is quite deep, made no changes. They have simply deleted the third row which comes over here. In fact, if you see, the third row used to have the third row passenger cup holders and everything. They have just kept it as it is, which is meaningless. But I would say that has at least given you one thing, which is some sort of extra additional space right there where the third row goes. Eventually this is the place where you will put all your charging cables and everything, but there is no underneath space aside that. The cubby, there is a small cubby right here, no side space as well. 120 volt household plugs, 1500 watt of capacity, which is nice. And you can also power fold the second rows right from here. Again, some hook to hold your grocery bags or anything. LED lights for your trunk. Rest all is kind of certainly premium and nice looking in terms of build quality. Alright, so let's talk about the interior and the tech of this CX-70 plug-in hybrid. Over to the driver side door panel. The product is really premium. The door panel you see has rich materials, soft plastic here, carbon fiber style plastic here, even this aluminum touch to it. Stitching of the Napa leather which comes with this car is also so nice to feel. I have not seen a softer armrest than this in any car so far. One touch up down all four windows. Again some chrome touches here. Power folding side mirrors which is nice, and you can control your mirrors from here. And the Bose sound system in this is the 12 speaker premium sound system. Sounds really nice, not the best but really does a good job. Even the cubby space here is decent. As you see, the bottle holder is quite big and easy to access. Right over on the sides you see over here you have got a lot of buttons. So this is where you will see traditionally the 2% memory sits. On top you have your fuel gauge opener and other settings. Other than that, you get typically a very good commanding position. So the driver's seat here is really comfortable, soft and cushioning compared to the other products which we drove from Mazda recently. One thing I would say, the side bolstering is not the biggest. It doesn't hug you like a sports car, but I mean, in terms of the overall comfort, I am really loving this the way it is. The steering wheel, it's also tilted and telescopic adjustable, but not electronic. Manual AC vent are really big, wide, and kind of very new design from Mazda. Also the car does come with panoramic sunroof, and the sunroof also opens. As you see right now, the steering wheel very well designed. No contrast stitching in this particular model or this particular combination, but if you choose the new red leather combination, you will see the red stitching which really looks nice. The steering wheel is very much premium in its own way because the fit and finish, the leather finish and everything is so elegant and classic. The Mazda logo, this chrome finish, this metal inserts, everything is very premium. Even this button feels high end. 12.3 inches driver's display and 12.3 inches of infotainment system. You see on the left is your charging of EV, and when you see ready is when your car is ready to drive. Because this is a plug-in hybrid, when you start the engine you don't feel the engine noise at all. On the side you also see the combination of gas and the battery powered power delivery what you use. See the drive modes, as you see it comes with sports, the color combination changed, then you go to normal. You also have an all EV mode where you can drive completely. Right now it is locked. You also have an off-road capable mode as well. Now let's talk about the dashboard design. Soft touch materials all the way across, soft plastic over here, and the combination of Napa leather with this contrast stitching, it looks really high end, as good as any luxury cars available in the market. 12.3 inches infotainment system right over here. One thing which I would say Mazda should do, change the software of this operating system. Software is quite simple and easy to use, but there are so many layers into it. It is not touchscreen at all. They did give you Apple CarPlay, as you see right now. We are on Apple CarPlay now, which is wireless. That is nice. Android Auto is wireless. It becomes a touchscreen only when you start driving. But there are Mazda fans out there who still love the way it operates. The screen is also a little far from the driver's position. If it would have been slightly more towards driver and closer, then the entire packaging of this car, it would be hard to beat. But nevertheless, let's talk about the AC vents here. Again, very classic design. This chrome touch continues all the way across the width of the dashboard. The HVAC system here is really a great combination of physical buttons. As you see, auto and heat cooling buttons. You have got heated steering wheel, heated seats, ventilated seats, and every other controls what you need. Everything right at your fingertip, which is nice. You get a wireless charging for the phone here, 12-volt charging port here. The drive modes are right here. Overall, the center console, if you see, again a premium quality design. This typical aluminum carbon fiber kind of look with this chrome accent, typical gear selectors from Mazda. This bright button here is actually, if you see, it will kind of change the way you use the battery power. So if you don't want to use battery, then you can use this to instantaneously change between the engine and the battery. Hill descent, the cameras are also 360-degree here, as you see. Again, no touchscreen, so you need to basically use their Mazda's the rotary dial right over here. to kind of access this different views if you need to see from this. Other than that, you have parking, electronic brakes, auto hold, typical Mazda infotainment control system here, physical volume knob and a favorite button. One thing to notice is the way this gearbox is kind of configured. Very unusual for sure. Right now it is in park. Now if I want to drive, I need to press this and then take it right. Ideally, the drives are the first, reverse are the back, but here it automatically puts first into reverse instead of drive. For drive, you need to go back, and for reverse, you need to go in front, which is slightly different than what a typical gearbox system should look like. Cup holder system is neatly hidden behind this cover. Again, good healthy size of cup holders. They are very shallow, not deep, but still kind of does its job. Armrest, again, as good as the door handle softness is, this is really soft, high end quality. Opens in a split format, 2 USB-C for charging. But look at this, very shallow compartment here. It is not even the half size of my hand, which is again a big miss. With this size of car, they could have gone a little deeper. In fact, below the center console also there is no storage space. On the sides, you see the glove box is quite big and deep, so which is nice. The rear view mirror does not come with digital camera system at a price point of 66,000, which is what this MSRP of this model is. You have got some sunglass holders and typical controls to control your sunroof and other LED light systems. That's about it. This headliner is also in this black finish, and it goes really well with this all black interior and looks way more sporty. Now let's talk about the passenger seats. Again, 10-way adjustable electronically controlled passenger seats, really excellent. The best part is this is Napa leather, really looks nice, way more softer than other Mazda products. Perforated style seats, so it comes with heated and ventilated. I love the way this color contrast stitching as well as this typical design which it comes with. It looks really premium and luxurious for sure. Even the side dashboard on the passenger side is really very well laid out. Okay, so let's talk about the second row's comfort and the overall quality here. Over to the rear door panel. The door panel is as premium and high end as the driver's side. Soft touch materials here, soft padded handrest here. Again, chrome finish and looks really elegant. Huge space for the cup holders over here, and the door opens quite big and wide as almost 90 degrees, which is really great. Now let's talk about the space here in the second row. As you clearly see, the space in the second row is enough and excellent. Good amount of legroom, almost 40 inches of legroom. Good amount of headroom, also almost good for 6 foot peoples right here. Again, because of this panoramic sunroof, it does eat up on a little bit of height, but it still kind of goes well. The front seats are quite high from the floor, so you easily can tuck your foot inside it. Even the flooring and the seats are quite higher from the floor, so the under thigh support is really nice. This car also kind of moves back and forth. Again, no third row, so it doesn't make any sense, but you get this feature, so why not take it, right? Also, you can recline the seats by using this and kind of be more comfortable as much as you want. Reclines quite well actually. Let's talk about the other elements on the second row. The second row also comes with isofix on both the side seats, as you see right here. The center passenger will not have the comfort of side seats because there is a big tunnel here going through, because this is a real wheel drive bias car, so that's something you need to keep in mind. Other than that, the center console over here kind of gives you access to AC vents, to USB-Cs for charging, and even digital control, and only heated seats, no ventilated seats. The center armrest also is quite plush, soft, and easy to access. Overall, the comfortness of the second row is really excellent. Alright, so let's talk about the driving dynamics of this new CX-70 plug-in hybrid. Let's take it on a spin, and as you clearly see, the overall sound quality is really nice. Being a plug-in hybrid, it starts with a battery combination, so there is hardly any engine noise coming inside the cabin. The sitting position is quite high and commanding. The visibility on the front and on the side with slimmer A-pillars does give you a good visibility. The side mirrors are very decent size, which is a great touch. Again, The steering wheel is very well bolstered and the perfect size for you to handle it and grip. It comes with the pedal shifters here which you can use. We are going to change the drive mode. We are into sports mode right now. Right after this stop sign, we are going to see how fast it can pick up. So the car, as you see, the gears are holding a bit for a long. I believe that's a complaint which not me but pretty much all the reviewers are mentioning. The engine and the transmission tuning is not right there. I think Mazda has to really look into this problem to make this car even better. The sports mode right now kind of does give you enough power and good handling and agility for sure, and it stiffens the overall suspension as well. Otherwise, on the normal mode right now when I switch it, the overall ride quality is quite comfort. I love the way the suspension is much more softer now, and the steering wheel is also kind of weighted but not as much as the sports mode, and it really helps in the day-to-day driving of the city driving, I would say. Engine calibration with the transmission is something which is noticeable in every mode, even if it is in normal mode. Now right now if I go into all EV mode, that's where kind of things change. It's pretty much overall the driving quality is much more sportier and agile and kind of fun to drive. The cornering and the overall turning radius of this car is also very nice. It feels easy to maneuver this car, although this car is very big in terms of the two-row sitting combination. Handling this car even in the city would be a bliss. Having said that, the touchscreen I was talking about of this particular car, which turns into a touchscreen when only you are driving, yeah, I think there is some settings which needs to be changed, but it does turn into touchscreen. Braking of this car is also quite confident. As you see, I've full stopped and the brakes are really nice. Overall, I would say the driving is really fun to drive, and I must say the DNA of Mazda's driving is still there, but being an in-house hybrid system from Mazda, they certainly need to work upon this in terms of making it much more smooth and functionally much more connected with the 8-speed automatic gearbox what it comes with. Otherwise, the car is really great in terms of outside design, fit and finish, and the interior is way more premium and luxurious. The screens are big. With some software tweaks and upgrades, this car can become a really good compelling options and kind of give the competitors the run for the money. So it's time for the final thoughts. Should you shortlist, consider, or go ahead and buy the CX-70 plug-in hybrid? Well, in my opinion, Mazda really played well by creating a completely new product out of a CX-90 by just deleting the third row. And is it still compelling? I would say there is still a room of improvement in this particular model in three categories. Number one, the car is way too big and long. They should certainly short it by at least 10 inches. Two, the interior is really premium and great, but the software which drives this car, the infotainment system, is really sluggish, and the missing of the touchscreen also really impacts. So if they improve the software and bring bigger screens or a touchscreen. Third, and the most important thing, is the jerkiness of this transmission and the overall drive quality when it comes to changing the gears is really noticeable big time, not only in sports or normal mode, but in the all EV mode. This car feels like you are driving a traditional gas car, whereas in EV you should be actually driving like a single gear, like a one pedal driving, which is missing. So if Mazda really pays attention on these three categories, then I'm pretty sure then they can come with a product which is really competitive with the mainstream as well as the luxury brands, and then it can really give the luxury brands like BMW's X5, Volvo's XC90, or even Mercedes cars run for the money. So in my opinion, you should certainly go ahead and consider this plug-in hybrid. Only two models are available in Canadian market, GSL and GT. This one is the GT model, so the price starts from $59,000, goes all the way to $66,000. So the question which you need to ask, if you need a 5-seater SUV, should you consider the CX-70 or the CX-50 hybrid, which is almost $15,000 less than this car? And hence, my consideration of looking at this car is only because this has got great premium interiors and a bigger size and a premium look from outside, and it is comparable to luxury brands. Well, that's all from my side for this particular review. Thank you all for watching and sharing your love. See you all in the next one.